Live streaming is on.
Hang tight, Christine. I'm just going to make sure that we are muted, which we are. So,
Okay.
I assume we're on here. Mabuhay Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. And we did this once before. I interviewed someone that was Phil's to Phoenix here on Jitsi. I have a special guest also tonight, and this is Christine. She is from Christian Filipina. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Bob. Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting us, Bob.
Well, it's my pleasure to have you. I
Mhm.
don't intend on taking up a lot of your time because I know it's early, relatively early in the Philippines now. Is it
Yes,
is it 7:18 or 8:18?
it's 8:18 in the
Okay,
Philippines, sir.
that's
Hmm.
right. We don't turn our clocks up until this weekend. So then that'll make it, I
Hmm.
think, a 13-hour instead of a 14-hour. But people that have watched my channel understand that I have a very soft spot in my heart
Hmm.
for Christian Filipina because I was a guy who desperately wanted to get married, always thought very highly of marriage, waited through my 20s, started to get concerned, and then 30s
Hmm.
and 40s, and got to 53 and was willing to try absolutely anything. And I rather quickly, doesn't always work that way, quickly found a
Hmm.
Filipina by joining Christian Filipina. I joined on March 13th, 2015. I winked at my wife with that
Hmm.
wink feature on March 17th. And then May 10th, we were already married. Went to the Philippines, first time met her. My life has been remarkably changed simply
Hmm.
looking up Christian Filipina, talking to people like Ivy and Genevieve, and now yourself. And one thing I'll add here is we'll probably talk about customer service a little bit at some point
Hmm.
in the interview tonight. And I always tell everybody, that people say, well, it's so expensive. It's just, it can't be worth that kind of money. And I always tell
Hmm.
them, well, how is it working so far with your dating sites where you are? I think it's in a very, very high quality place. And I had options too, but my wife wanted somebody to focus on her, and she wasn't looking for someone to play games. So I said, okay, we'll see what happens with this Filipina and go from
Hmm.
there. On day 18, we got engaged. And
Wow.
I don't think any people here even believed it when I told them I was engaged. I was going to the Philippines. Sometimes I have a dry sense of humor, and they probably thought I was joking.
Hmm.
Um, and then when I scheduled that month vacation, I think they realized I must have been serious, and I was sending back wedding pictures from the Philippines, and I couldn't have staged all that. So it was very real. And when I say Christian Filipina, I mean this is a very high quality place. Other people have caught on and are talking about Christian Filipina. So
Hmm.
I think you should be proud to be able to work for such a good organization like Christian Filipina.
Yes, I am.
And, and how long have you been a part of Christian Filipina?
Oh, almost 5 years now. I started on June 2015, so it's really been a high privilege for me working in Christian Filipina. So it has helped me develop a lot in my life. So this is just not a job for me. This is already part of my life and my ministry. So I'm
Well,
happy being here.
I sometimes I refer to it as a ministry myself because it's
Mhm.
so important for a guy to find someone. Options seem to be very limited, and hopefully, once enough people realize this is a legitimate site, it's not 100% free from people that would scam you because that's an impossibility. Uh,
Mhm.
you would have to employ thousands of people with the latest technology, and that's just not possible. So I've got basically five questions. So some of them will be about younger guys because I'm thinking
Okay.
I was 53. I waited a long time, but why should a person have to wait 20, 30 years to find
Mhm.
someone? So if you don't mind, Christine, I'll jump right in here with the first question.
Okay. I'm
All right.
ready.
Christine from Christian Filipina. In light of the recent lawsuit filed by the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, against Match Group Incorporated, better known as Match.com, Tinder, and affiliated brands, many men feel jaded about online dating in general. With light of these recent actions by one of the largest dating site brands in the world, this only makes distrust between user and service provider greater. Does Christian
Mhm.
Filipina employ fake profiles or other tactics like Match Group? And how does Christian Filipina assure anyone interested in such service that operations are above board and the women, men on the dating site are real?
Okay, well, very good question. I'll go straight to the point. Christian Filipina does not create or allow fake profiles. Um, you have experienced that, Bob. Our website is open for everyone interested in, of course, in friendship and searching for love to join. And in fact, we reject hundreds of profiles a week because they are being suspicious. And as I always tell our members when they ask, are these people real? I just say, yes, they are just like you, real people who found the website, who joined us, and have the same desire in finding someone to be with for the rest of their lives.
Now, Christine, if anybody joins Christian Filipina and they say, um, I'm not sure that this person, and they would just give you their profile number, I suppose.
Hmm.
I think there's something fishy about this person. That's okay to do, right? And get some help and kind of explain why you maybe don't trust this person.
Hmm. Yes, that is okay. And that's part of our service, Bob, to really bring confidence in this person as well, in talking to this lady. So we provide basic checking about the ladies because, we have our privacy policy too. So we need to follow that. So we only provide basic review.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, my second question, Christine. Many men
Hmm.
are accustomed through modern dating apps like Tinder of receiving little or no interest from the opposite sex. Many men
Hmm.
complain about the inability to form serious relationships from these dating apps and often encounter antisocial behavior like flaking or ghosting from women that use these apps. Now, tell me how
Hmm.
Christian Filipina's approach is different than these apps in forming serious relationships? How is it different? How does Christian Filipina foster relationships between couples?
Okay. Well, let's start with the fact that Christian Filipina has conservative values. We definitely don't allow indecent and inappropriate exchange of messages in the website. And of course, another difference that we have is we are the only dating site that most of our members have ever experienced with 24/7 support, customer support. Okay. So we make sure that we reach out and help every member. What I mean with reaching out and helping every member, that includes site navigation, of course, their conversation with the ladies, qualities and culture advices. That's really important because we have different cultures. Um, and also, of course, traveling. In traveling, going to the Philippines, meeting up their special lady, and helping them with the visa process as well. So these are all part of us fostering good relationships between couples. And what we found out is that in our complimentary coaching, our members feel relaxed and comfortable to get to know each other. And because we are a safe website for our men and women, we have almost two women for every man. So as a result, a man who gets our coaching, how to set up his profile, will then get a lot of attention, even if he might not gotten much attention in his home country. Well, that will be different on Christian Filipina.
I know exactly what that is. It's just
Mm-hmm.
barrage of chat requests, and it was really fun for me to take out pad of paper. In fact, I have these yellow notepads here. And the other day,
Oh.
just recently, I was looking through them, and I found in the back a list of my final candidates, and
Mm-hmm.
my wife's name was on there. So I never threw that out. I know I threw out some lists and stuff, but you'll be busy. The guy that signs up with Christian Filipina will be busy. He's not used to that,
That's
and
true.
he will be busy. He's going to have to take notes, and
Mm-hmm.
keep track, and he's probably going to have to do something he's never done before, and that's to
Mm-hmm.
ignore a lot of women, because you can only handle so many at a time. So I think it's important to know what you're looking for. Now,
That's right.
a lot of these men, like me, when I joined up, had never used a webcam before.
Mm-hmm.
So do you ever have to help guys with, technical things like how do I set up a camera? And,
Yes, exactly. We are not an expert, but we're trying our best to become an expert because there are some of our members who are not tech savvy. And that's why it's important that we guide them every step of the way. Even, sometimes even logging into their personal Gmail or email account. And as you said, webcam. It's important because that's part of the service of Christian Filipina. That's part of every subscription. And it's important that you do it first inside the website before being exclusive with someone, talking outside. So that's really important.
that's so you can maybe help a man avoid getting taken advantage of. I know you prefer to
Exactly.
stay there and
Mm-hmm.
webcam, and a lot of women will want to go to Yahoo or I don't know, Facebook or something like that. But you
Mm-hmm.
recommend, kind of using the feature there. Excuse me, they do have webcamming feature there on Christian Filipina. Now,
Exactly.
I can vouch for the 24-hour service, because there was one Saturday night, I think it was Friday night, Saturday night, and I called a couple people, and maybe it was really late, but it ended up going to a third option, a guy named Ron, and
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't even like supposed to be working necessarily, but he answered the phone, and
Okay.
kind of like 2 hours talking, and this wasn't even the first or second option, and I think he was in I would say Michigan, but he
Mm-hmm.
actually helped me write my profile. We had he got to know me. He said, "Well, let me know what your heart is here. What would you
Oh.
give me some tips on? Get it out there, and I'll even help you. If you give me some ideas, and then you can take a look at the profile and see if you like it." And so I told him some things, and he really didn't change it too much, but he did add some touches on there to
Mm-hmm.
try to get out what I was really wanting to say. And I really appreciated that free help. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he genuinely cared. He didn't say, "Well, I'm sorry, don't bother me. It's not my night." We talked for a long time, and so that was really nice and something I've never
Mm-hmm.
forgotten. Profiles. Now, you do help men write a profile, because a lot of profiles I've seen from other dating sites, just seeing what other people write, they all look the same.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. We do help them with writing their profile, especially because a lot are also first timers in online dating, and they don't know sometimes how to describe themselves, what to add in their about myself section. So they really need to be guided to make
Mhm.
it really attractive to the ladies they will be talking to.
Well, I know that a lot of the Filipinas don't seem to say a whole lot in their profiles.
That's true.
I'm a simple woman, and so on, and so you have to get to know them. But my wife said I wrote a lot. I didn't think I wrote that much, and I
Mm-hmm.
honestly wish I could retrieve it, but that was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it anymore, and I think I have a different computer now, and I kind of wish I always wanted to see what I wrote so I could put it out there on my channel and read it. I just know
Oh,
I
okay.
was very, very straightforward, and I think it obviously worked with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to ask you a question too about younger guys.
Okay.
Excuse me. I was 53, But some of the women I noticed had a very narrow age range because on the website I remember they would say, I'm interested in a guy from this age to that age.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them would say 20 to 23, 23 to 25, 25 to 30. Not everybody was saying,
Mm-hmm.
20 to 80 or something like that. And so there are opportunities for young men, and I think they should at least give it a serious try because
Mm-hmm.
they otherwise they end up like I was and marrying and being so happy to be married and then thinking, well, this isn't going to last as long as it could have if I had been younger. That's just the
Mm-hmm.
way it worked out. I just want to help spread the wealth. Younger guys under or middle age and older all have an opportunity to find someone here. So here's my
Mm-hmm.
third question, Christine. Younger
Okay.
men often do not consider overseas dating or expanding their options beyond their hometown. This
Mm-hmm.
approach often limits the available pool of women to date. What would you say to young men watching this who are looking for a serious relationship but are still unsure of finding a foreign bride? How are Filipinas different than what they're accustomed to, and what makes Filipinas stand out as a good candidate as a life
Mm-hmm.
partner?
Okay. Well, we have seen a number of young men join as members of our websites. And of course, a lot of them have become successful in their journey of finding true love as well. Well, maybe what makes Filipinas different is the qualities that they have. As a Filipino myself, Filipinos are really known to be conservative and submissive to their spouse. They're like real team players. It's like they're really born for being that. Okay, and they're very family oriented. With that being said, it means that they prioritize their family and they think of their family's welfare first. Like, even if they have their own careers, they do not forget their responsibility as a mother and as a wife. So, um, in addition to that, well, Filipinas are very simple, meaning they're not materialistic. They're easy to please and contented with what they have, and plus they're really creative in so many ways. So I would say you are already experiencing that, Bob. So
I am.
that
Oh,
makes
absolutely.
hmm yes, sir, and that makes them a much better candidate for a life partner. So if a guy is wanting to play around, I would say that, well, Filipinos are not right for him. But if he's serious about having a real true love, whether he is young or not too young, he should consider a Filipino.
Well, Christine, what you said about describing a Filipina certainly is true of my wife.
Mm-hmm.
There are things I'll say, well, we don't need this anymore. Let's throw it out. And then she'll
Mm-hmm.
say, no, hold on to it. I think I can find a use for it. And next thing it'll be holding phones that are charging or something like that. I mean,
Oh.
she's very resourceful. She doesn't like
Mm-hmm.
wasting things. And I think my wife is easy to get along with. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
almost sounds too good to be true. And not every woman is going to be like this, but if you find a Filipina that's legitimately interested in giving herself to a man, if he treats her right, and a lot of my channel, Love Beyond the Sea, is about how to treat the Filipina right.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, it's not going to work. If you respect her, cherish her, appreciate her, you're grateful for her, you notice the things that she does, um, then she's just going to be a wonderful wife to you. My wife,
Exactly.
she works. Well, she was working at one point like 60 hours a week, and she had no trouble going to the store, buying the food, making the food, keeping the place clean. About all I had to do was the laundry. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I I, I usually try to work 6 days a week too, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel guilty. She's doing all this work, but she loves it. She makes She cooks the food and then she puts it all together. She's got all kinds of Tupperware, the right sizes, the right shapes for certain things. And then right now in my refrigerator, in the same spot it always is my food to
Mm-hmm.
take to work tomorrow. And I look forward to it.
Oh, that's very sweet of her.
Yes, and I appreciate it. And I always text her from work whenever I'm at break. Thank you, hon, for the wonderful pancakes. Or thank you, sweetie, for the
Wow.
delicious scrambled eggs. Or these burgers or chicken is tremendous. And because it does mean something to me. I had to
Mm-hmm.
do all that stuff if I did it at all for many years. And she does that. She dresses me. She has my shirt set out and the sleeves
Mm-hmm.
rolled up. Believe it or not. Um, I guess she doesn't like the way I roll up my sleeves, so she just rolls them up for me. And
Okay.
she's just the most wonderful woman I could ever imagine having. I have to pinch myself, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
I married a Filipina. It's not always like this, but why not go to the website and join up? You've got different
Mm-hmm.
memberships. Person can try it for shorter or longer. I had an unlimited membership,
Mm-hmm.
and in 8 weeks I was married. So, but that was the
Wow.
whole point, was to find somebody
Mm-hmm.
to marry, and so that it happened sooner didn't bother me at all. I was just able to get going with our relationship faster. So another
Right.
question here, Christine. Filipinas are often known to have a preference for older men, or are stereotyped rightly or wrongly for this. Filipinas often feel younger men aren't serious and they are poor candidates for marriage. While this isn't always true, what would you say to Filipinas watching and to younger men who think they don't even have a chance? Can a young man find love with a Filipina?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I would like to emphasize what you said, sir, that it's not true. Okay. We have a lot of younger male members, as I said earlier, who are in their early 20s or 30s. And there are some who would like an older lifetime partner because they assume that older men are done with their play around time or of their lives.
Hmm.
However, of course, there are still a lot who prefer to meet someone with the same age or close to their age because of the what we call compatibility.
Hmm.
Okay, meaning they easily accord to each other's preferences and well-being, of course. So to answer your question, yes, definitely a young man can find true love with a Filipina. It's not always about the age. I want to emphasize that it's not always about the age or the capabilities of the older men to handle a relationship, which makes Filipinos look like they preferred them more. It's about how you truly make ladies feel secure in all aspects, not just in financial and material aspects, of course, but also in emotional and social ways too. Because, of course, Filipinos feel more secure when they feel that they are loved and cared for. So it's the sincerity of the man that truly makes Filipinas fall in love with them, regardless of the age. So just to add on that, it's also biblical, as the scripture says, "Men, love your wife as Christ loved the church." Right. So of course, if you love your wife as Christ loved the church, in return, the lady or the wife will be submissive and respectful to you. He will he is she is going to respond to how you show your love and care for her.
Well, Christine, that's exactly the word I use many times in
Mm-hmm.
my uploads and live streams is the response. That if she is treated properly, she will respond properly. If she is
Mm-hmm.
treated in an uncaring, insensitive, unkind, controlling way, um, he's not going to get the best out of her. Whatever she does might be kind of grudging instead of really wanting to satisfy that husband.
Mm-hmm.
So I think unselfishness is a huge part of it. And I just basically, whether the guy is younger or older, just try to help create the environment for marrying this Filipina, and then not just letting it go on autopilot, but you have to
Hmm.
invest time and energy and texting and communication and going on dates, planning a future together, because the marriage is just the start. It's not the end of the journey.
Yes,
You just get started
that's
with that.
true.
So, Christine, I have one more question here for you, and I appreciate your time again tonight.
Thank you.
Let's talk about scams and cybercrime. Scams and
Okay.
cybercrime are a $500 million industry, $525 million as of 2018. Now, Christian Filipina often touts the effectiveness of their
Hmm.
anti-scam measures. Please talk about the second opinion consultation that you have on the couple highest levels. Do
Okay.
Filipina staff contact or meet with the Filipina in question when utilizing this service at these levels?
Hmm. Yes, we do meet with the ladies, Bob. There are actually two types of second opinion consultation that we offer. First is the webcam based interview, where we talk to the lady via webcam call, of course. So we provide a friendly consultation, and through that, we're already digging in deeper to see her sincerest desire in having a relationship with someone from the website. And we have list of questions that we ask and take note of their answers. So in this way, we also gauge her level of seriousness and openness in having a relationship with someone. Okay, so that's the first one. The second type of our check is the in-house second opinion
Mm,
consultation. So the difference in this is from the word itself, in-house. A staff from Christian Filipina visits the lady in her house, meets her and her family, and of course brings gifts from her special someone to get to know the lady and her family more. So, whichever of this is done, afterwards we then report back to the gentleman, and then we give honest feedback to our male members regarding the consultation we did with the Filipino. So these are especially important if a man hasn't been to the Philippines before and doesn't yet know much about Filipino culture from his own personal experience.
mhm,
Think about how important this choice is.
mhm.
Who you connect with as a life partner is one of the most impactful decisions we make in our lives, right? And of course, we
Absolutely.
should get help from others to ensure we make a good choice.
Well, and this is it's done discreetly. You don't just walk in there and say, "Hi, I'm from Christian Filipina. We're gonna check up on you because this guy,
Yeah.
had some questions, or he was really serious and he just wants to be sure." You just
Mhm.
you're very careful with how you do that.
Exactly. We don't say that, Bob, because sincerely from us, even if we do reviews with these ladies, we are also so concerned about the Filipinas because we are Filipinas too. We also would like them to be with the one with the one who will truly love them. So in that way, we don't really investigate. I guess that's the right term, or interrogate. We don't do that. We also provide consultation to them. And remember, when you do your romance consultation, we also ask you questions. We also check your preferences, and it's the same way with the Filipinas. So that's one good way for us to also develop this good relationship between her and her future husband, because she sees that the fact that this man sends a representative from Christian Filipina, it truly shows that he is really serious. He is really sincere. So it's a give and take process actually.
Yeah, and it would be bad for business if you, let's say you got a bad feeling about someone and you didn't
Mhm.
say it, and then they end up getting married. He gets
Exactly.
ripped off. So it's good for both people, the person that's paying for that service, and then Christian Filipina, to make sure that, hey, we observed something, or my sense told me
Mm-hmm.
that maybe this maybe this might not work out. Here's what we found out. What do you think? And
Mm-hmm.
you know, if he needs to know that there's something that might be a big red flag, then you can maybe sniff that out, and that's part of the service offered in the
Yes.
memberships.
Yes, sir. That's how we do it. We really provide honest feedback, so you can be assured of that.
Yes, the feedback, the customer service is why, in addition to the quality of the women, that I think I tell people it's worth it. Whatever they charge is worth it, because
Hmm.
what is the cost, the value to you of ending your loneliness, finding that wife, having somebody to, go to bed with and get up with every day, to
Hmm.
plan a future. Now my wife and I already are planning on retiring in the Philippines, um,
Wow.
as soon as I can get to early retirement. And I can tell you that was not on my list of things to do in the
Hmm.
future, before I met her. But meeting her has changed everything, and I am most blessed. And anytime I can do something to help Christian Filipina, like tonight with this video, and stay connected, I is my pleasure to do.
Wow.
So, Christine, I want to thank you for getting your day started with me here on this video. I did get a message
Oh.
saying that there might be a little noise in the microphone. I don't have any idea. You sound fine to me.
Hmm.
Maybe my voice it won't sound as good as I think it will, but when I play it back, we'll
It is.
find out. And I am so grateful for you again. Thank you for answering my questions, and continued good luck for you with your career there. And may God
Oh.
continue to bless Christian Filipina.
It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure, Bob. And thank you for inviting us. Thank you for choosing me to be the one to be interviewed. It's really a great time doing this. So God bless you for doing these things, and may you continue to become a blessing to the people who's looking for a special one.
I sure hope so. Thanks again, Christine. Now let me try to sign us off here. Um,
Okay.
might be a little bit awkward, but I just got to push a couple things. So just hang tight, and I appreciate your help once
Thank
again.
you, Bob.